What up, guys? I just wanted to put this video out here on Docu. So, I mean, it's at a pretty good decision point right now, right? Looking at the daily here, we can see that, on the hourly here, we can see a potential of this pretty good sizable inverse head and shoulders here. I can draw it out for you if you want to kind of get the idea that I'm looking at here. Let's see. So if we were going to go from right here would be the potential of the neckline. So this is going to be another potential option call setup here for us to all get in on here, if in fact it gets confirmed. So let's see, probably do it like that so that it works out properly for us here. Going like this. And, I'm probably not going to, I'm probably not going to enter, I'm definitely going to enter this thing, but only if we can get some confirmation here. So looking at it like this, right, obviously this right shoulder is, only half complete here. So, it's very possible here that it needs to come a little lower before it actually creates this right shoulder, because, if we were to, put it something like that, we would be, potentially looking at this thing, it could roll over here, but seeing the pattern that it's in, this might be like just a smaller shoulder up in this area here. Which, that can still happen here. This can still be, even though it would look a little bit funny, it can still be a right shoulder here. So, either way, even if we didn't play this as an inverse head and shoulders, and we just played this pattern here, it's probably going to have roughly the same breakout target, in my opinion. But let's just take a measured move here. If we were to take a move of this head and the breakout from the neckline here, we're looking at a move of $223 or $222.89. So if this is going to be an inverse head and shoulders, that would be your target from that. And if this was going to be a bull pennant, then our targeted move from this is $23.28, $22.99. So, you have two potential areas of confluence right there, calling for us to get a break to that level. Now, as of right now in the hourly, which is not confirmed, we have bullish divergence forming. We didn't get this bounce yet. We're starting to roll over here. So, it could completely cancel this idea here. But you can see on the RSI, we're a little lower on the right, higher on the left. And on the chart, we are lower on the left, higher on the right. So as long as we can hold this level here that we're trying to hold right now, as long as we can hold this level here and we don't get a breakdown, then, this pattern will be confirmed. Now, of course, we can see we have one touch here and one touch here on this pattern here. Now, we are, as of right now, testing the support line, bashing our head against it. Now, normally when you're breaking against the support line, that's usually more of a bearish thing, right? Because price action wants to go to the area that it keeps on butting its head to. So this is pretty strong support as of right now. But if we were to do some, price range boxes here, we can see from the multiple touches that we had in this area here that we have some pretty strong, we had some pretty strong resistance in this general area here. We could do it from here. We could do it roughly, probably right here, in this general range down in this box. This was some pretty solid support or resistance, and then once we broke it, we blasted the fuck up, right? And then when we back tested here, we bounced off of something here, which potentially was the support right here, right? So we could move the box up a little hair more if we wanted to these couple wicks here, or to one of these back test lines, and we could call that we have pretty strong support from the area of 200 to 203 roughly, right? So that's an idea right now. But, looking at this pattern that I have drawn in here, this looks like a pretty good bull pennant. It can definitely break down here. It definitely can. Looking at the 45-minute, though, we are slowly rolling here on this 20 EMA, which is why, this is going to be an option call that we could do. You could do a potential put, or you could do a call. But, the call we wouldn't want to do until we got confirmation of some newfound support above this box up here, which I can draw this box right here as well. And, I'm going to be safe here, and I'm going to go right from this wick and go straight across here. And then I'll go from this potential support over here. So, you can see that this was an area we were trying to make a nice consolidation right here at prior, right? We were bouncing right in here, coming up, wicking the top here at 210, coming down, wicking the bottom here at 206.12. Then when we broke 206.12 and we confirmed this breakdown here, which was this candle right here, we dumped, and we couldn't hold support on here. Then when we tried to come back up, we kept on wicking above this line here, which is the 202.62 roughly, 202.56, and we couldn't get above, and we dumped down again. So then we got enough momentum down in this range to blast up, catch support, and blast up, right? So then when we blasted up, we hit this resistance box up here, came down, couldn't hold support here, fell through, but we managed to flip this into new support, which is right now at 202.56, 202.69. So when we got that nice back test, we broke up, and then we started finding some support here, which we were not able to confirm. As of right now, we are underneath it, right? We're bashing our heads right now against this 206.19. We have quite a bit of moving averages here above us causing some resistance. So, it's very possible that we will have to come back down here to this 202.56, possibly, right? We don't know for sure, but potentially, unless this pattern is going to be legit and play out properly. And if it is, then, we should continue to bounce here till we get squeezed between this 206.17 and this 205. Roughly right now, 205.35, 205.40 looks like the support. And then if we want to break up here, we could break up and see if we can get over any of this previous resistance area here, which we can just draw a trend line here right across like that, because this could be another area of confluence as well here, right? So this was an area here that we've had a hard time getting above. So there's two different ways that you could do this play. We can look for a couple hourly closes up in this range here above this 208 and see us holding some support here. And if we can get that, then we can get that breakout. And, depending on, let's move this down here for like a little more generous target here, right? Conservative target, which would be 222 really. I mean, for me, I'm targeting, I'll be targeting this 216 to 217 level here, but with the thought that, this could be moving up here to 230, if 227-ish, right? Because this was the area of this massive, what I was perceiving originally as this massive bull flag, and it kind of turned into a potential rising channel, and, we just stayed too long in here, and we just failed support, and we fell all the way down here. So if we deleted this here and we actually did this, then we could say that from this area here to potentially this area here is actually our bull flag. And I mean, I don't know how long bull flags are able to go on for, and that's the problem, right? Because I don't think that bull flags, I don't know, is there a rule of thumb for bull flags? Not sure, right? So this could be a very monstrous bull flag still, and then we double topped up here and we couldn't hold support, so we fell. Originally I had the line drawn differently, but we could be looking at something different right here. But I'm still going to keep this trend line here because I think it's going to be very helpful, seeing that it was an area of confluence. And for that being said, this is going to be that area that's going to be very hard to get back above for a little while once we get there. And it could, at this point, could be around this 225 or, 227, something like that. So, for right now, looking at the 4 hour here, we had this MACD cross, and it is starting to roll here. So on the downside here, it's very possible that this is trying to roll over here. And it kind of, looking at the 4 hour here, it looks like we are potentially rolling here. So if we are rolling here, then we want to try to see if we can hold support at 202 area. And if we cannot, it's possible that we could be coming back down here to potentially test this 192 to 189 level here, right? And I had an overall target if this was a rising channel of 170, which we still have not touched, and we seem to have bounced pretty good off of it. So, obviously we have bearish and bullish cases here, which is why we're not going to play inside of here really, because it's kind of scary. You could take a risk here and say, hey, I'm going to put a call option in here for, a 212 break even or a 210 break even, or you could do whatever. And then if you blast up through here and go all the way up here, you're going to be in a shit ton of profit. But the problem is what if you dump down here? Then you're going to be in a shit ton of negatives. So, you could watch this for a break of this potential trend line and start seeing us getting rejected at this 205 here over and over. And then, maybe I should put a put down with a break even of maybe, 203 or something like that. And if it does bounce here, you can take your profits there. And, maybe this is something different here. So we don't really know where it's going to go for right now. But I am seeing that this could be making either an inverse head and shoulders, or it could be rolling over to make a potentially another double bottom here as well. So, this is indecision right now, right? And I think the market is feeling the same way, because that's why we're getting these spinning tops over and over. But this right here was a very, very bullish candle. Right here, that candle right there, that's a hammer. Let me check if there's any wicks, but I can't see if there's any wick. So before I go too crazy here, was there any wick on that candle? Because, that's something we want to know. And I can't seem to look at it. Because my arrow of my box is right on there. And I can't get to it, of course. Why can't I get to it? Yeah, fuck. So yeah, if this, it looks like there's a wick. Yeah, so there's a wick there. So it's not quite that bullish of a candle, but it still looks pretty good, So this is just kind of where I'm at with DOCU. So, I wanted to put this one out there, and I know I'm rambling here, and I hope this all makes sense. But, what you can see right now is that we are just continuously bumping against this 50 EMA on the 3 hour here, which is roughly that 205.08 area. Now, if we close here and we come back, our next low would be probably 205.45 roughly, or if we continue to follow this, maybe we'll get a fake wick out of here at 205.08, something like that. But with this 3 hourly, you can see this 20 EMA here is actually rolling up here. So, to me, the 3 hour looks a little more bullish here, because we look like we're creating a W right here. So, on the bullish case scenario, is this creating a W right here that's going to actually push us up and blast us through? So I know I just talked about some negative looking things, right? But then I just look at the 2 hour and I go, wow, this looks pretty good. And then I look at the 3 hour, then I look at the 2 hour, I feel the same way here. So, we're getting a 2 hour sell signal, but yet the RSI is looking like it's rolling up, and the 20 EMA was starting to roll up. Now, right now, though, on the 2 hour, we got this cross on the 2 hour that pushed us up here. Then we had the sell-off, came down, tested this 20 EMA on the 2 hour at 205.31. So now on the 3 hour, we look like when this comes up here, it could either come down to test it, or this eventually could come and push us up. But it really depends if we want to hold here. So, we want to watch for all of these things that I'm going over here. There's so many different things, because this thing could just dump down here and go up, or this could get a nice buy signal here that could push us up here. But there's a little bit too much mixture of both right now for me to call anything crazy. But right now, it's like I said, we have bullish divergence here formed. So as long as we can continue holding this level here, we could actually be looking at a nice breakout. So here's the play. All right, here's the play. The play here would be confirm support above 208, or if you want to play it really, really safe, which I would recommend playing it really, really safe here, confirm support or break of 211. And if you see us breaking 211, you want to put in a call maybe for a 215 break even or a 214 break even or so. And that would be your play. And we'll ride it up here to about, roughly 222 or 219, maybe, 219 to 219 or so. So that's my suggestion. That's what I'm going to be looking to do. So I just want to keep that in mind. I'm watching for the bearish potentials, but I'm watching for this bullish sentiment. And I'm kind of feeling like the bullish case is more likely here, but you can't, there's no way to know. So that's why we just wait, and we wait for the market to tell us what it wants to do. And right now, obviously it looks a little bit bearish, but I feel like we're going to go bullish here shortly, maybe tomorrow. So yeah, so keep all of this in mind here. Let's look at the 30-minute. I mean, we're getting a massive sell volume here in the 30-minute. So, people are thinking this could be breaking down here with all the moving averages rolling over. This moving average is looking like an M here. So we're just going to have to keep all this in mind here, guys. So whether or not this wants to break up or not, that's kind of where it's at. I mean, can we look at the 5-minute and maybe even see something out of here? The 5-minute, it's not respecting my trend line here. It's kind of respecting its own thing here, but maybe the 15-minute. 15-minute, we're getting a little volume spike here, so we're getting this massive volume in here. It's looking like a little small cup and handle that could break out. So, maybe we'll get some support again above this 206.18 before we get it closed today. So, yeah, to me, we've been respecting this resistance this support so much that, to me, I think it's a matter of time before we get a bigger W here, but we'll have to see. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to play it safe and above 210 with some big volume here. I'm going to put in a call. So that's where I'm at. Sorry for the long ass video. Smash the likes. Peace.